Hey guys, this is Joe at the Garden and Grill. Welcome to the show. It's been really warm here today in Kentucky. I guess it's been really warm everywhere, but it has been smothery here, wet, all the rain. We've done a little maintenance today. We went through and itemized some things. We looked at the melon patch and kind of got a count on our melons. We're excited about the watermelons to come this time. We've walked around and looked at some stuff. I want to share it with you. Hope you'll stick around and watch the show. Hey guys, if you like it, give me a subscribe and a big old thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see. Thanks. Let's get on. I just literally took the weed eater around these pepper plants. Crabgrass here in July and August is terrible. It is so invasive, and I've got this ground fabric down. It's not like the nylon ground fabric like that that I'd like to have, but I had access to this and it was a little cheaper, and I thought I'd try it this year. It worked. This black worked okay. It worked really well, but the weeds still penetrated and worked their way through it. What was blown out off the lawnmower or what the wind blew in. And I had a bad problem. We had a lot of rain here several times this summer, and a lot of washing went across it, and so it got dirt on top of it, and it give a place for the weeds to take off again. So that's going to be something I change this year. But have you ever had to take the weed eater to your garden? I mean, you try all summer to keep it so pretty and looking like a picture, and then get this time of year, it's hot, sticky, can't work a lot. Then you get these little intermittent showers like we get here. It's cooler today, but it rained again this morning, so any real dirt work is out of the question. So we're going to do a little maintenance, and we'll show you guys some of our peppers, talk about them a little bit, show you all the watermelons, talk about them a little bit. We're going to clean out the greenhouse here in a few minutes, and we're going to start some fall trays, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. See how much grass is around these are right at the edge of the yard in the garden, so you get a lot of overgrowth in here. Peppers here in where I'm at, peppers grow well, but they stand all summer really. They just stand and stand and stand. And then when you get these hot muggy nights and these hot days, peppers love that, you know. So here they come, and we always get a lot of peppers, but they're always a little later than everything else. We have some beautiful jalapenos here, and they're not huge, but that's just about the way that I like them now. We dry some, they're going to get bigger for that. I like for them to turn red, and then I dry some red ones. Our bells are looking really nice. These short, squatty, just so invasive. I call it a water weed. See how it growed into my fabric. So we just loaded with little bells. I can get that in there where we can see that. The plants, and we got these tobacco sticks here that I try to stake these with, because these old jalapenos, they're terrible for falling over, and they're so brittle they break. Look how pitiful this whole plant here looks. I mean, it looks like it's in the awful shape where it was, bent and twisted, but she is just full. Bet you there's 30, 40 jalapenos in there of different sizes. Oh, I broke a tobacco stick. That's on video. You don't want to do that. I got dirt in my face, in my eyes, my mouth. Wow. A stick broke in my face. On staking these peppers up, you can get those little commercial cages. So we just make do with what we got. We got these. We got a barn full of these old tobacco sticks from where we used to raise tobacco here, and they make a perfect stake for anything. You use them up. I had thousands of them, but I'm down to probably 150, 200 sticks now. I may have more than that, it don't matter, but used to have a lot of them. Let's take a look at Nancy's watermelons. Pretty nice melon. There's a beauty up here on this end. He ain't hard to see. He ain't hard to see at all. There's my hand in comparison. That's a pretty nice melon. The tendril on it still isn't. There's your tendril, guys. You see, you trace your stem back to where it touches the vine. So get some out of the way if it'll focus in here. And you see the tendril right there. See how it's just starting to get a little brown on the ends there? See, it's starting to, little tendril starting to brown up. That'll brown all the way back to the vine there and be gone, and that'll be a nice treat on one of these hot afternoons here in I would imagine a week. There's a pair of twins right here I saw. Look here at the twins. There's two of them side by side in there. They'll weigh 15, 20 pounds, I would imagine. I seen a few more over the bank down there. She said she had 12. But those, we got that melon from Florida last year. We went down on vacation and stopped on the side of the road and bought a big old melon. It was so good. We brought it home with us. Saved all the seed out of it. And I think it's called the rattlesnake. It looks like a Charleston Gray, what she said, but I think they call it a rattlesnake. I'm not sure what that is really. The Delta Queens are down here on this end. This hill kind of stayed flooded out a few weeks through the summer, and it really took a slow start. But she found one here that's not very big. Let's look at it. Right there. Oh, that's a little baby one. Yeah. That's the size of a bit bigger than my hand. Size of a softball, but
yeah, a little bit bigger.
We'll keep up with that one for you guys. We'll call that the softball melon, okay? And let's get a look at it. We'll call that the softball melon. We'll show it to you every time we come down here, and we'll see how big it gets. We'll watch it grow together. It's a good melon patch. We didn't mean to grow a melon patch. It looks like we meant to, but we didn't. It was one of the last things we even thought about. We was really wanting to grow as much as we could that we could put back because of the way things are right now with this COVID and the virus and things, and where the grocery stores are kind of, they get thin on stuff, and we're really concerned about it like everyone else is. But we happen to have the room, we happen to have the seed, so we thought we'd grow some pretty melons. We enjoy doing it, and it's a lot of fun to sit around in the afternoons and have a good piece of melon. I got sweaty. We're going to pull what's probably going to be our last or next to last pulling off these cucumbers. They've done so great. We've pulled off of them all year. We have ate them. We've shared them. We've put them up. We've pickled them. We've made some of the best salads with them. But we're going to go through them one more time, see what's in it, and see what our next move is going to be. About either leave them for another week or so, and try to harvest some more out of them, or where to go ahead and we'll decide whether to get rid of them so we can start on something else. Some of our cucumbers are a little big for me. There's still a lot of cucumbers in here. Still quite a few. See what happens whenever they touch the ground? That's the reason I trails my cucumbers. I just don't like for them to touch the ground at all. Nancy and I are gonna dig through these. She seems to find more cucumbers than I do, though. Nancy got a 5-gallon bucket out of it on her side. It's still got a lot of blooms up here. I'm gonna tell you about my cucumbers. A lot of people might not understand why I do it the way I do. But I mean, a lot of folks will plant a simple. Here's one. She's just slacking. There's one she forgot. A lot of people don't understand why I put so many so close. I mean, 4 cucumber plants would probably give me and Nancy all the cucumbers we wanted to eat and pickle. Probably. But I like to put my cucumbers close. I like to have a row. This row here is 35 feet long. I like to trellis them up. Now that puts a lot of strain on them, I believe. But we feed them so hard to get them to this point to make them put off a lot. We have taken, I'd say 6 to 8 bushel off this thing, and I'm just rough, and I know it's a big difference between 6 and 8, but we've taken 6 and 8 bushel off of this little thing right here. So, that's the reason that I put them so close, and I trellis them up, and I feed them to make them go, get them jump started. What did we wind up with, girl?
I don't know. 105-gallon bucket.
We're trying to decide what to do here. We're in a dilemma. These squash are done. You can tell by looking at them that they're done. if you let them lay there, they're just gonna get nastier and nastier and nastier. The zucchini, she's making jelly out of the big zucchinis.
Jam. Zucchini jam.
Zucchini jam, I'm sorry. Please pass the jelly. That's what that commercial said. We're gonna let these stay here till Saturday evening. Then they're coming out. I think we're gonna leave the cucumbers for another week. It's so wet that we really can't get in here and work the ground up right now anyway. We're looking at rain. Today's Tuesday the 28th. We're looking at rain on up till in the weekend here. A good chance of it. So we still got time, but we're gonna do a little cleaning up. We're gonna take these and put them in the barn, and we're gonna clean the greenhouse up. Phew, that old rotten squash plant stinks.
Trying to clean up a little greenhouse today. The weeds are about taking it. Like 102 inside of there. It is very hot.
I picked the hottest day of the year to clean the greenhouse out. Look at
So I
that.
told him it was 102.
100 or whatever. I'm gonna have to side dress these pumpkins a little bit. They're starting to really jump. We'll keep an eye on them. Here was the seed. Well, there's one of them didn't come up. These were, I think these were called Big Moons. It's a pumpkin that we grew a couple years ago. A pretty good sized pumpkin. I'd say it got 65 pounds, and the kids cut it up and I saved the seed out of it. And we thought we'd put a few out, but I'm gonna feed these here a little bit. Clean up around them. The ground's still a little bit damp, but it's time to feed them. I feed them a mix. I've got a little, it's a little mix that I gotta make up. It's a 555. And I've got some Epsom salt in it, and I've got some Solulime mixed into it. About a cup of Epsom salt to, no, that's about 3 cups fertilized, cup of Epsom salt, and 3 cups of the Solulime. That Solulime puts a lot of calcium in for the bloom. And we don't want to put it on it, we just want to take a light feeding around the hill, make a ring around each one of them. Need to, ow. Work the ground around this one here. This one here. Okay. You don't need a lot. I don't want to put it on it. I just put it around the hill. You go back and cover this one up a little bit. You kind of got to keep your fertilizer in the covered up. Sun sweats it and jerks the juice out of your mix, but we'll have pumpkins sometime or another. We'll watch these grow together. Let's feed them real good. They'll be getting, I ain't gonna put it directly on them now. It don't take much. Don't get it. You don't want to really hurt them. Burn them up. You get too close. I might be putting a little bit too much, but I think I'm getting it far enough away that it don't matter. Now, Big Moons. We ought to have some pretty pumpkins to show out of this little thing right here by the last week in September. Somewhere in through there. We'll keep an eye on them together. How's that sound? So, we fed that. Can you tell I'm hot and sweaty, guys?